everyone, I'm Will, and today I'm going to show you how to fritter fry some dandelion flowers. But before that, remember to like and subscribe and comment down below, and don't forget to press that notification bell down below. A simple, easy way, if you're trying to search for some dandelions, if your yard, you don't put any pesticides or anything on, right here, there's one, zoom there, there's another one on the hill. Right now it is early spring, there's more there, kind of. This is later in the day, they're kind of closing up a little bit. But what you're looking for is dandelions that are nice and bloomed out and stuff, and not have gone like pollinated and gone to seed. Like right here, that one's already like pollinated and gone to seed. You don't want that one. You want more like what's bloomed out. If they're closing just a little bit up from the day, because it's like if you're harvesting towards the end of the day, it's still fine to make these fritters. Now, dandelion flowers are very easy to spot, and there's nothing really showing of what's gonna look similar, except for if you're this time of year, you might come across coltsfoot. But coltsfoot is also a really good tasting flower to use in medicine. So, but it will taste a lot different. Dandelions love the like sunlight and everything, and they love like wet areas, not like full out wet. Right here there's like kind of like a little bit of flooding in my yard, where it's like I need to build a drainage creek, but because there's water coming through, they're growing, like flowering a little bit earlier than usual in the rest than the other parts of the yard. But right here it's really easy to harvest. Use like basically the pinch method, and you just pinch them off, try not to get any grass, and you just put them in a little bit of a bowl and pick a good amount. You're going to need probably about, for this recipe, a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of the flowers. So I got about a 1/4 cup of the flowers. I picked some of the buds too, because they'll have nutrients the same, but they're not like fully bloomed out nice and big, but they'll still work. If you want to start gardening and growing your own dandelions to make these fritters, go down in the description, click the link to my website, and you can get your own seeds. And I have a starter pack for foraging of all the books and equipment you need to start foraging today. And I have a starter pack for apartment gardening. You can also do it in condos, and that is the best way to get started, is by starting today and growing your dandelions that you can make these dandelion fritters. Now we're inside, and what you're going to want to do is, with the dandelions, I picked some of the buds, and you want to just rip them right up. Get them a little bit smaller. You can leave them whole if you want to. After you have ripped up your dandelion flowers, to make them a little bit smaller, then the flavor can spread out, add a teaspoon of quick rising yeast, then about 1/3 cup of cornmeal, about 2/3 cup of all-purpose flour, and 1 farm fresh egg. Now add 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, some oregano, some black pepper, some garlic powder. You want to be generous on this because that will give a really good flavor with this. Some basil, and then a little bit of paprika. That'll give it a nice color. Then stir it all up. Now stir it to a point where it's a little bit extra lumpy. And at about this point, add some bubbly water. I'm using lemon. What you're looking for is more of a thick pancake batter. So you're looking for pretty much that, like a thick pancake batter. and it flops right off. Now you want to let this sit for about 10 minutes because we're using yeast. It's going to need to, like, basically the yeast needs to burp and release gases, and those gases will help make this rise and get nice and fluffy and thick. And now you want to, like, stick canola oil or any type of oil that you want and turn the stove on to get this nice and heated right up, and leave this going for a bit, and while it's rising you get this to temp. To see if your oil is ready, take a skewer and put it into the pot of the hot oil, and if it starts bubbling, then it is ready for frying. It's about 10 minutes, and now you just scoop and make these little, like, fritter like things throughout it. But don't crowd the pot, because if you crowd it too much, the temperature of the oil will actually go down, and you don't want to do that. If you can see very closely, it is cooking slowly, but it's puffing right up to become very, very fluffy. And it doesn't take long until you need to flip it over. Yeah, a little bit of a mess there, but... And now you want to take them off. Just it's really quick. Take them off and use like a paper towel to drain them off, or if you got a rack to actually get them drained. And these look phenomenal. Look at this. Look how they are. Nice and fluffy. They smell good. Oh, let's break it apart. Oh, wow. Check that out. Oh, it smells so fantastic. Let's taste it. That tastes fantastic. It's coming into dandelion season, dandelion flower season. I recommend getting outside and getting some dandelion flowers because this is fantastic. Flavorful. You get that slight little bit of bitter note, and with the garlic powder, because like all fried things taste really good with the anything from the allium family, it puts it right over top. And that fluffiness, it has that like almost spongy kind of gives a little bit, and then it like just like bites right down. It's so fluffy because of the yeast, and it tastes phenomenal. And that's how you fritter fry dandelions. If you want to see more, go down in the description below, click the link to my channel, or press the round subscribe button to help me out to get to 10,000 subscribers. And next time, remember to get outside, get fresh air, and have fun. See ya!